I'm tired. Other question I was expecting. You to know that over there on that side since there's nothing over there. Meanwhile, that side of the desk is cluttered. I need to clean up my room at some point because yeah, it's filthy. I intended to actually do it. I think last weekend when I intended like to clean my room up a little bit better, but at least I think it was last weekend. But I could be wrong. Yeah, here it is. Filthy as ever. I love procrastinating and slacking and all the other good stuff. Anyways, hey besties! Hey besties! I'm your host, Kelly the Human, and welcome back to another episode. Today, we today today in episode 4, we are finally doing a different movie. After 3 episodes of that same of Uprising, we're finally catching a break, hopefully, and we are today, as the title of the video suggests, today we are doing 2001. No, hang on, let me try again. Redoing a lot of stuff. Today, we are going over. I am reviewing Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Because I watched that for the first time, I think at the beginning of the year, if I remember correctly. Somewhere in January, I believe, is when I first watched it. And I was absolutely blown away. It was such a great movie. Excuse me. It's a real breath. Gotta brush my teeth later. Where was I? Oh yeah. This film came out in 1968 by it was main production company I believe was MGM. I don't remember what it's how to remember what it stands for. I think it was like Metro Goldwyn somewhere in there. I can't remember what the other M stands for, but yeah. It is a it is 1 minute shy from being 2.5 hours long. For a 1968 film, it is impressive beyond all recognition. Is the right word? It is an amazing film, especially for having very minimal dialogue. For a film to be able to pull that off for 2.5 hours of minimal dialogue to tell a complete story from start to finish is amazing. Genuinely impressive. I feel like I'm gonna be stopping a lot in this video. My mind is just gonna be pausing every chance it gets. So a little white flake. I like that. Yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed this film so much. It was so awesome. Did I do something wrong? No, just how it looks. All right. Thought I messed up on the dock or something. I forgot to add something, but never mind. Yeah. Hopefully, today's video will not be as long as the other three combined. 'Cause that was wild. I did not, I did not think it would go that long. Probably because like I just mumbled a lot. It was like I rambled. I repeated so many things over and over, and it's like, why? Why does my brain do this to me? Brain, why do you do this to me? Can you please let me talk like a normal person for once and for like 5 straight minutes, please? Swear I'll never get these ears right. Can you guys hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Little jingles. Probably not. Yeah, let me know if you do. I'm just curious. Not important, but I'm curious. All right. So, all right. Today's today's movie will be split up into three categories. So it won't be like the last one, where I had four things I enjoyed, things I disliked, and things I was not expecting. Uh, I can actually get through the whole thing, whole list in one video. Because that would be really wild if I could. I'd be very sad. Uh, but I sadly am not going to be able to get the video out on the same day as recording it, like I did with the other three. Mainly because just like Wi-Fi is having a little bit of a hiccup at the moment. So, yeah. Today, at the time of recording this, it is Friday, February 22nd. No, 27th. I mean, not 22nd. 27th. Yeah. 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 Get me closer. Uh, what do you say we kickstart this video, shall we? 10 minutes in. Alright, first off, on the list of things I enjoyed, the sets. For a 1968 film, the sets are incredible. They are believable on so many levels. Like, you could almost mistake it for like a 1980s film, at least in my opinion. Because the sets are so well done. Don't know why I did that. From the space station to, from the space station to like to the control rooms of the ship. The dang it. I'm trying to remember what the specific names of them were. I don't remember. And I want to say like it was like a mess hall of like when like David Bowman and his buddy, they were in that little like 360 hamster wheel. Everything was designed like, which by the way, which was actually impressive. They actually built an insanely high, tall, fully functioning, rotating wheel to actually pull off to make it feel like that effect. To make it feel like the artificial gravity, to give it that artificial gravity effect, effect, something. Like since they couldn't pull it off, since they couldn't pull it off, like with the technology and stuff we have today, I believe, if I remember correctly, they actually had the whole thing rotating. So like the actors would have to like kind of just keep walking if they don't want to go. They don't want to like roll around like a pen. Just like keep on rolling and rolling until until they finally stop the machine. At least I remember if I remember hearing that correctly. So I interpret it. So I interpret it when watching the special features. But it was incredible. Like they built a fully functioning wheel. I mean, I assume when they had like the sitting still shot, like when the characters just sat still, I assume they didn't spin the wheel. They just had the camera there and boom. I was also like impressed when they so that was like really cool when they also had like a little miniature model of the wheel as well. It was like, and they showed it like spinning and they like spun it a little. It was so cute and so cool. I want that model. It was so cool. But, yeah, like other sets. Let's see. Aha. Oh yeah, like the moon crater set. Like, and the doctor. Like the character that is, I don't remember his name. Did I write it down? Did I write his name down? Did not. Does the back of this thing have it? It just has astronaut Bowman. Never mind. But yeah, like the doctor that gave the interview in a little special meeting interview. Like he was first introduced like on the dang, I forgot the jet name. Like in the opening when they first introduced him, they had thing, the camera like almost like focused on his pen that like was floating off. If you've seen the movie, I think you get the idea of who I'm talking about. The father doctor dude, scientist man thing. But yeah, like the crater set when they first discover the monolith. That was a really sick set. That was like so cool. The lighting, the atmosphere. I mean, apart from it being on the moon, so there's no one, but being set on the moon, but it was so cool, so ominous, so amazing. What other sets? Oh yeah, the ending set, like where Bowman is now in like a little like construct of like is in that little mental construct, and it's just all white all around him. Like the flooring tiles like being little square like giant like not giant but like good decent sized like squares that are just like almost like lights. The walls, like the count, like the fireplace, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Actually, it's kind of in here. This is the set I'm talking about. That little set right there. That was sick. It was really cool. I loved it. I guess another one is like the whole pods, like as well, like that pod room. Really cool. It's like I'm trying to come up with different ways to explain things, but it's like I always say like it's cool. I'm impressed. I love it. Ah, I got original comments. Hey, I got original critiquing. Huh? Love Monster. Yeah. I guess I'm just there. The set designer did a wonderful job when making when like designing the sets. It did a wonderful job. Props to them. They knew what they were doing when they were bringing this thing to life. It is amazing. Something I probably should have said it like in the introduction of the video, like when I was like saying like today we're gonna be going over Stanley Kubrick's blah 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 blah. So what it something I forgot to say was like it's also like so it's not the screenplay isn't just written by Stanley Kubrick, but also Arthur C. Clarke, which is like the name of which is like who wrote the book as well. He wrote that before they started filming the film. You know, I guess like I guess Stanley Kubrick like went to Arthur C. Clarke and like asked him to write the book first, something like that. So like I guess like when you wrote it, it was a little different than the movie, of course, because nothing's ever gonna be like a perfect like representation. Everything's gonna be done perfectly. But I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Brain. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on to the next point because I don't want to meander. The score. I don't remember who did the score for the film. Probably should have looked that up before starting the recording of this video, but too late now. Nope, not too late. I'm gonna look it up. Hang on a sec. I really want to know. I want to get this right. Who scored 201 A Space Odyssey? Ah. Okay, so I can't really find much. But like he did pull like a lot of classical scores for this. One thing I am getting is like soundtrack album by Alex North, Jerry Goldsmith, and the National Philharmonic Orchestra, but overview. The 2001 The Space Odyssey score is an unused film score composed by Alex North. Okay, so it didn't really have much of a score, but I guess. I guess not. It it's been like about a month since I've seen the film, so please forgive me. I only like just recently I only like just recently watched the special features, so they didn't have a director commentary for it, but eh, oh well. Okay, yeah, so like the score, alright, so like in the opening of the film, like when they first introduce like the title card, it's like a dun, 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 dun. Like that famous score, that famous piece of music. Like, like this is like where it almost like it originated from. I don't know if it has like another origin before it, but I was very pleased to see like that, like it was used in this one. It's like, oh, like because like I was wondering like where did that piece originate from? Where was it from? Where was it first ever used? What film? But like to know that is like it's an art in this is just amazing. Because I've always been impressed by that. Like it was like a really unique score. It's like it got used in like definitely a couple of comedy films. One of them being primarily, I believe, if I remember correctly, like Spaceballs. I think it was used in Spaceballs. It's been a while since I saw that as well, but I'm very pleased to learn that they're actually finally doing a sequel to that film, which is like mate, which is crazy. It's like that film does not need a sequel, but here we are. Here we are with Mel Gibson doing another one. No, not Mel Gibson. Right? Yeah. With Mel Gibson doing another one. Yeah. Another one is like one that I did actually write down in my thing because I didn't write the first one down. But another one that I did write, the one I did write down was that ominous music whenever like the monolith appeared from the desert with the monkeys. No, apes. The desert with the apes. I'm gonna get slapped by an ape. Whoop. That one. See that? Yeah, like from the desert with the apes to like when it next appears in the crater when that doctor goes out and investigates the reason why they canceled all flights to the moon. Nope. Okay. There's a notification. Um, yeah. So like when he goes out and it's just like both both the ape and the doctor like they put their hands on like on the monolith and it's like when that thing like first appears on the screen it's just like you got that ominous like chorus that is like very intimidating, very imposing. It's just it is powerful. I love it. It is amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces. Definitely one of my favorites. All right, let's get rid of that and pull the thing back up. All right. The film being split into like almost like parts, almost like a chapter, From like from when the monkey from like the apes to the I don't remember like when they appeared. I probably should have rewatched the film, but like it was split into parts, almost. you know, I think like the first one was the monkeys. I know like definitely remember another one being like when Dave Bowman finally arrives at like Saturn. Like another one being appearing there. Don't remember if there was one in between like the apes and the doctor on the station. Little gap in my hair that I just noticed. I just noticed that. Like that was really cool. Like, it was like I didn't know they did that back then. It reminded me of like Zack Snyder's Justice League, like when because like he split that film because like that is a 4 hour film. He split that into like 7. I was gonna say 6, but then like the epilogue was there as well, so it's like 7-part film. Very long film, but very good, very worth it. I highly recommend it. It is an amazing film. Leg stuck. I cannot find comfort. Thank you for almost going up my nose. Little droplet splash. Yep, that was nice. It was nice. Like it would help like give you like breaks of like okay, like before we continue on to the next part of the film, here you can pause it here so that in case you have to go to the bathroom or make snacks, lunch, whatever. It was nice. It was really cool. I like that. Actually, like before I move on to the next point, just want to say, like I first noticed like the parts thing, like in Zack Snyder's Justice League, as I said before, saying that actually is like what inspired me to split my books into acts. So like, because like since I only have 2 published short stories out, like I originally was gonna write them as like a full like length from like start to finish, like barely in no breaks, because it was like around the time that I was writing Firebird, at least for like the fifth, like you know, around the time that I was going through it, like working on it and such. Like at least like before I published it. Like it was long before I published it for the first time. I had to republish that thing like 5 times because I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, and to this day I still you know, sometimes dreams are not easy to achieve, but they can be worth it in the end. Hopefully, I can achieve more of mine, before the end of my lifetime. My forehead bigger or what? I don't know. Oh yeah, seeing that like Zack Snyder's Justice League is like what inspired me to split the short story into three separate acts because I didn't want to do it as like part one, part two, blah blah blah. Nah, it felt a little too easy. I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little special. So instead of putting part one and blah blah blah, I put acts. Acts one, two, and three. Actually, did I? No. I think I might have implemented the acts like after I first published it. I think. Because then I had to like republish it again multiple times after finding lots of mistakes. But anyway, I split it into like 3 acts. Then I did the same with my second short. Instead I but instead of 3, I split it into 4 acts. Because that one was almost like a three acts as well, but it felt more fitting to do it as four, like split the final into two acts. Very worth it, and I'm doing the same thing with every other story from now on. Even if it has like chapters, even like with the ones that like the fully length novels that I want to do that are gonna take forever to do. Like I'm splitting those into acts as well. I'm having like acts, so like it'd be like Act One, chapters, for example, 1 through 24, and then Act Two. That one I just did is like the longest book I've written so far. It is over 100 pages, and I'm only on Act Two. It's like, god dang, it's gonna be a while before I finish it. Been working on this one since high school. But anyways, I've trailed way off track, away from the movie. We are no longer talking about the movie. But I guess I just wanted to share that little piece of lore about, my writing and how I'm working on improving. Alrighty. The next one is like the passage of time. Trying to see like if I can explain this easy. Yeah, it's like the first one. It's like in the first part of the film when you start back like at the dawn of man, like with the apes. Like that starts like millions of years ago. Swipe, rewind all the way to like millions of years ago with like apes before they first discover how to go bonk, 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 bonk. I was like that scene. That was so funny. That was funny. Like from there, then it goes. Then like fast forward into the movie when the ape throws the bone into the air, and then it match cuts to the future, or essentially what a lot of the people, a lot of the filmmakers back in 1968 thought like 2001 was going to look. Before 2001 happened, and things have not improved. I think. I don't know. I feel like we're regressing. Anyways, the match cut, yeah. Match cut. It goes from that, from the bone, to like almost like an orbiting satellite, something like that. Orbiting satellite before panning around to the airliner. Pan Am, I think it was called actually. No, I just remembered. I think it was like the Pan Am airliner, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go with it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. And then like from like after they discover the monolith back in the crater to 18 months later onto that giant impressive ship. Into that like onto that amazing ship that astronaut Bowman and his co-pilot are operating. And then into like the construct towards the end, like when Bowman is like sent hurtling through time and space and is like those like alien presence, the presence of the aliens is like felt in the construct that they created for him to make him feel at home, at ease. Like, and then that construct, he experiences a whole lifetime from like when he first arrives to being an old man in his like 1500s. He wasn't officially 1500, but he was old. And it was really cool. Like I think that definitely like helps pull off the Odyssey part, like the space Odyssey, because like it goes across time and space. This film is told across time and space in a way that it is amazing. It is genuinely amazing. I just grabbed onto the film case as if it was my phone. Thank you. So yeah, next one is like basically one I just went through like in the intro of this video. The minimal dialogue. That is impressive to be able to tell a complete story with very minimal dialogue. And genuinely impressive. It is amazing. I love it. Like they pulled it off. Because I feel like something like that isn't going to be easy. To me, like it feels like you think it wouldn't be easy, but Stanley Kubrick pulled it off. This man is a master. He did amazing. I love it. It's just so cool. I am so happy. I'm just happy to have this. Finally, I've seen this film. I am happy to finally have seen this film for the first time. I love it. My butt is killing me. My butt does not appreciate this. I really do need to get one of those arms, like that I see all the time, like in YouTubers, like one topic and like the click. You know, and I think like some of the other one as well, but like they have that like little arm thing that just like they just have it like with the thing just like sticking out, like it's like this or it's like this, and it's just like they can just there. They don't have to hold on to it. They don't have to have it like sitting in their lap or like at a close like onto the desk where like we're up close and personal. You know, I really need to get one of these one days. I guess there's probably not much to say about like the dialogue part since like actually no, I just realized I just thought of something like but like okay, so like there isn't much, but when there is, it feels amazing. Like it feels genuine. Like they aren't like they're not just like reading off a script, but they're like almost like they're having genuine conversations just in general. They aren't like fully like about the plot, but like as if like it's a lived-in world of just like characters just catching up or like getting to know one another. Or you're talking to an AI computer that is somehow more human than you, more human than the characters. This one I probably should have put up more closer on the list of the score, but whatever. The classical piece that I was not expecting to be in the film. I think it's like in the credits is like when it first appears, or at least I know it's like towards the end of the film, like because I know it's definitely in the credits, but I don't remember if it was like before. I don't know if it started playing before the credits rolled or something like that. But the classical piece, the Blue Danube. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but the Blue Danube, Danube, by Johann Strauss the second. I have this piece like in my YouTube playlist when I'm working, when I'm at work. So like whenever it plays, it's like, wait, no, did I add it to my? I'm just gonna say yes. I love it. It is beautiful. It is amazing. It is a great piece. I sent this piece to actually also like to my friend that I play D&D with because their character and the mech that their character drives. This song somehow perfectly fits it. It is hilarious. But yeah, I love this piece. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. Classical music is one of my favorite pieces. It's one of my favorite genres, I think, I guess. I love classical music. It is amazing. I think I first discovered classical like in 2020, something along those like years. Like so like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Was when I first discovered it. Cause like me and my dad were driving. I was in the vehicle with my dad, like we were in like a place. We were in a part of America where like we couldn't get the radio stations that we have now back since you know, that we do here where I live. So we had to like turn the knob, just go through the stations, figure out like what music's. Eventually we stumbled upon the classical radio station. The one I have in my car now, 99.5 classical radio, is what I basically listen to now. Apart from like the apart from like the albums that I have in my car that I listen to like religiously. I also like listen to classical radio almost like religiously. I love classical music. It's beautiful, it's calming, it's majestic. It is amazing. I don't even It's been a long time since I've listened. It's probably been like years now. It's like probably like a couple of good years, like maybe a few good years since I've listened to like the other channels that I have on my radio. It's like I don't listen to those anymore. And I used to listen to them. But now I just have it on. I just have it basically either I listen to my albums or I listen to my classical radio, which I normally do. Like I normally listen to classical radio when I'm driving into work. When I drive home from work, I'm listening to my albums. But yeah, I highly recommend like checking out classical music, like Johann Strauss II, Bach, Beethoven, Franz Liszt, that an old coworker introduced me to. Richard Wagner. He's created some good ones like Ride of the Valkyrie, Entry of the Gods into Valhalla, and so on. They're really good. These composers are amazing. All right, next one. How the famous AI that really set a precipice, or isn't that wrong? But like Hal definitely left an impact. It was amazing. A stationary machine that doesn't walk around like a robot. It's like meh, meh, meh. No, it's just stationary. It's a red dot, just like a little red dot eye like thing that is fully integrated into the entire ship. The HAL Unit 9000, if I remember correctly. So that was six. And I just watched the special features like Monday. I just watched it Monday, and they had said the number. How? Yeah, Hal was an amazing character. I think I like put it down like further down the list. It's like I guess I'll just move this one point up on the list. It's like almost like relatable. Hal is more human than the characters like Bowman, like more human than the pilot, the astronauts. that are piloting the ship over the course of 18 months. Since like their mission is to go to Saturn and figure out something, figure something out. They don't know the full mission yet because it wasn't revealed to them until because it wasn't going to be revealed to them until they got there. But then the whole course of the movie, like Hal kind of went off and just yeah, Hal went off because the Bowman and his like co-pilot. This point is like they're more robotic than Hal. They're more robotic than Hal. And watching the special features, that was done intentionally. That was intentionally done. They were intentionally designed, written to be more robotic than the AI. While Hal was designed to be more, to almost be like more like human-like in his talk, in his voice, like like his curiosity, his way of learning. That is genuinely amazing. I love that. That was really cool. That was like something I didn't realize until watching the special features. That it's like the humans are more robotic than Hal. That was amazing. Okay. Also, his persistence, like after he killed like Bowman's friend and almost locked him out before Bowman found a way in and went to like and proceeded to go and like terminate Hal, at least their unit, not the whole like system, like not like terminate the entire all the units, all the HAL 9000 units, but like that one specifically. Like and how like Hal's like pleading for his life, essentially. Like it is amazing. Like he's persistent. It's like Dave, can we talk about this? Dave, I am scared. Like Dave. And it's just like he's begging for his life. I love that. It was like really cool. I love it. That was like funny. All right. Next point is like same thing like when he like going and like that it took time to actually turn him off, like or at least like, you know, in a way like to kill him, like something like that. It like it took actual time to like shut him down because like Dave was like inserting the key and like turning it as like those like little key cards are like coming out, like whatever those things were called. And it's like he's like he's doing it one by one, counting down from six because like there's multiple like things like personalities type stuff. Even though like he skipped the first one, like he went from six down to two, skipped one, then went on to the next one, like the next category. Like the how's like next part of his brain. Like he did it like one by one, and it's like it took its time. Like that's not something you normally see nowadays, like films. It's like where it's like either they plant a bomb or they send in like a little special, like they go in and like they enter like a virus, like a little joystick virus, and that no, in this film, like it takes its time to actually turn him off to like stop to prevent him from being like a killer, you know, to like it's like how he first killed off the pilot, then like he cut the life support of all the other astronauts that were like in they were like in their sleeping pods. I forgot what the thing was called. I don't know, 15 minutes, and it's like that is gonna be a long one. But I don't want to like rush through this thing because I want to take my time. I don't want to like, but at the same time, I don't want to split it into multiple parts. But I guess I'll like pause the video, like wherever, like when that notification comes up and it's like, hey, guess what? You're almost out of space. Okay, so something I got like during the special features, they got actual scientists to help in the making of the film to make sure that like to make space as realistic as possible, to make the settings as real as possible. I gotta pee. I'm gonna pause this because I don't think you guys want to hear me pee. Honey, I'm home. Just kidding. I live alone. That goes too much. It hurts. Oh, oh. Got the. Olivia read it, but right now I don't need you. All right, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, that they got actual scientists to help make space as realistic as possible. And this is like a year or two like before the first man on the moon, before like the before um Armstrong, Neil Armstrong ever like landed on the moon. They made this film before the man was actually launched into space. And they got actual scientists at NASA to help them with the making of the film, which is amazing. Something I should have done before I wrote like my chosen one, the failure book, because it's like probably a lot about this that is not realistic at all. Again, you know, it's my book. I can do whatever I want. Deal with it. You can deal with my silly, unrealisticness. You know, deal with it. Yeah, like that's really cool that they got actual scientists like to make sure like the zero gravity, like the zero gravity, the space suits, amazing. Like the ships, it is neat. I love it. It's like just really cool. All right, something I did not think of like through like on the my first viewing of it, my first and only time viewing it. Something I something I learned in the special features, which I learned a lot in the special features. You know, my brain just does not focus. It's just like, ooh, pretty space, space, pretty, evil, yay, fun, cool ships. Yeah. Oh, the theme of evolution, which I should have clocked like on the first time through because it's like, and like even the back says like that's like what the whole this this the whole synopsis on the back is like Kubrick first visits our prehistoric ape ancestry past, then leaps millennia into colonized space. It's like evolution. I think they handled it really well. It is amazing. I love it. Something I should have noticed the first time through, and it's like, how did I not see this? I should have, because it's that good. Trying to think of like a different thing to say before I repeat the line again. It's like, what to do? What to do? Uh, I'm just gonna move on. My brain's not working. If I think of something, I'll say it later and interrupt whatever I'm saying then. So, like, during the filming, when they first started it out, sent like the actors to like weird. Okay, no, something off. Okay, as I was saying, where I was rudely interrupted by my computer. When they first like started like production and such, they sent in like the actors. They sent in like an actor or like maybe another few of them to go in and like to go to like a zoo and like record the apes and like basically study their movements like and such. It's like to pull off like the whole like ape intro, like the intro in the past with the apes, or with our ape ancestors, and it's like yeah, right. They sent in like the apes. I'm gonna be like Trevor Slattery and believe that they actually got an actual ape to act out the movie. I'm gonna be like Trevor Slattery. They sent in the actors. They sent in like maybe like several actors. They sent in like the actors to, like actually learn the movements. So like when they went into the suits and the costumes to like go like. And yes, that is the best impression of an ape I can do at the moment. They sent him in and like did that, to like actually learn the movements to like make it look as real as possible. Something went in my mouth and I did not like it. Sorry. Just got a notification. Oh no, that's just sad. Um, I lost my thought. Thank you, Reddit, for ruining my thought. Thank you. You're very helpful. Yeah, because like, ooh, oops. See, all right, the design of the spaceships in this section has the next point, by the way. But like, it was so cool, like so unique. Because I guess in like during the special features, they talked about how like before this film, you didn't really see anything like different, unique. Like how like before this film, like most spaceships were depicted as flying saucers, especially for like when aliens came down to Earth. You know, they were depicted as flying, spinning saucers, which is cool and all, but like this, I guess like in this film, they changed that and the design of like Pan Am jet, Pan Am airliner, and the spaceship that took Bowman and the other crew and Hal across in space towards Saturn. I love those. Those were they were so cool, so unique, so special and different. They were amazing. Their designs were so cool. And as I said in the special features, it's like you got all these like little intricate details in the spaceship. Little intricate like pipes and little like dots thingies, little bumps, whatever. That you didn't know what they were. They just It just looked really cool, just pleasing to the eyes. And you know what? They're right. It is pleasing to my eyes. I love it. I love space. I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is one of my top favorite genres. And the station, like the space station that the doctor arrives on after docking with it, and it's like the station is just really cool. And like it's still you can still like see that it's under construction and it's like wow. It's like because you think like they would have like a full finished space station, but no, they left. They had in the film some of that like one of the rings of the station because there was like two rings connected by a little tube in the middle. One of those rings was still under construction, and that was sick. That was awesome. I love it. It's like not the space station was not fully finished, and I like that. I thought that was really cool and unique. The realism of space. So like whenever they took into space, whenever like the scenes where like the cameras were like out in space and they weren't inside the ship. By the way, I'm talking about. I should say that I'm talking about like the Dave Bowman ship when they were like on the ship with Dave Bowman and the co-pilot. Whenever they shot things in space, it was like it was quiet. It was cold and quiet. Like you could really feel it, like the realism of space. And like as I put it, like as a sub point to it, it's like when Dave Bowman is trying to break back into the ship after Hal locked him out. And he's like, Hal, open up the bay door, Hal. And Hal goes, I am sorry, Dave. I cannot do that. Or something like that. Actually, I added a famous line in here. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. And Hal goes like, no, like, fudge you, no. You ain't coming to my ship anymore. That was just cringe. That was weird. What am I talking about? And anyways, like when Dave is like trying to break back into the station, like he goes through like the hatch door, like the airlock, and like he goes into the airlock. Is really cool. Cause like he's preparing himself. He's like going ding 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 ding, and he's prepping himself to be launched out into space, out. Because like the airlock to the ship is open, but not his bay door. No, not his pod door yet. Like he's preparing. As like, and then like as soon as like his hatch opens up, he is just launched into the airlock. It's just like, and at the same time as the camera like the jump cut, like the camera jumps from him into the bay door to like into the like up at the bottom of like the airlock, and it's just like pointing up and like watching him come down. And it's like when the camera jumps to that, you can it just goes silent. The whole thing is just goes silent as he's like bouncing around, like dangling because they had him on a rope to achieve that scene. They had him like dangling around, like boom, like everything just goes silent, and only the sound only kicks back in when the airlock door is when he like closes the airlock door and and the oxygen kicks back in, allowing him to finally breathe. Because mind you, he's doing this all without a helmet, and it's like it's really cool. I love that part. Like that part was unique. I loved that scene. This just the match cut to pure silence. It is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that because I went to because I did that a lot earlier. The point being, like the humans are more robotic than Hal, so I already did that earlier. So if you want to listen to that again, just like skip back in time until you find it because I don't know how to edit, so I can't say like jump to this point in the video, jump back to this point in the video, and then just like you got like the little timestamp appearing in the middle of the screen, the bottom of the middle of the screen somewhere. It's like telling you the exact time to jump back. I don't know how to do that. I don't have an editor. I don't have much. I need to know how to do stuff. I need to learn stuff. Anyways, this one like happened. This next point takes place in the special features specifically, so you won't find it in the movie. But this is just like me making fun of one of the scientists and how they look. Is it's like I just couldn't help it. It's like, oh, that scientist looks so goofy. It's like okay, so like it's in the we look behind 2001. A look behind the future, like that specific special feature. If you ever get like the Blu-ray or whatever, or wherever the whichever format the special feature is on, you know. But yeah, it's in that one. Like a look behind the future. One of the scientists, like the one on the left, the one that isn't talking, that doesn't do much of the talking. I think he's like a Russian scientist if I remember correctly. But like he had an accent to him. He had a special accent to him. Later on, when he was finally interviewed, when they finally asked him a question, but like his look as his colleague is doing most of the talking is just like he had a resting beep face, you know, and he's like his expression just to me screams that it's like, do we really have to do this now? Are we serious right now? Do we have to do this? He looks so tired. It's just like he's just done with this. He's just done with the interview, like even before it began. It's just like I don't know, but it's just like his face looked so his expression just looked so funny and so goofy. I couldn't help it. I liked it. I love learning I love special features. I enjoy learning how movies are made. They're fun. Like it's unique to know like how they pulled off this specific scene, you know? And especially in 1968, how they pulled off this film. This amazing masterpiece. It is so cool. I loved it. And I believe that was the last point in the category of the things I enjoyed category. So we finally get to move on to things I dislike. Now, there's not much in this because, like, as I say before, like 100 times, I enjoyed this movie from start to finish. I had fun with it, but there were some things about it that I didn't really care for much. The first one being like, I probably could have put this as like put these 2 points as one, so I'll just try and explain as that. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is a 2.5 hour long movie with very minimal dialogue. It's like 1 minute away from being 2 hours and 30 minutes. While yes, I enjoyed it, to me it just at the same time it also felt so dragged out, so unnecessarily dragged out. There were like so many like scenes, especially like in the space one. It's just swapping back and forth between like a close up of Dave's face, close up of Dave in the pod, to being out in the space, and it's just like at the ship, or it's like it just goes back and forth like 12 times before like he interacts with the ship. It's just like, okay, that was a lag. Something ain't right. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Anyways, yeah, I just felt like there were so many unnecessary scenes, like unnecessary match cut, like jump cuts, match cuts, whatever the word is, going like back and forth, back and forth. It's like a lot of scenes were like dragged out, which I know like it was done intentionally. I know like it was intentionally done to make like, make space, help feel more real. Like maybe it just like has to do with like my generation, like the media that I grew up with, maybe it just had to do with that. So it's like it's not I don't blame the movie. Like this is just like me, just me. So maybe it's just me, but there was like so much unnecessary scenes that made it feel like so drawn out, so dragged out. But I still love the film. Like it is amazing. It is amazing. But to me, it's just like just so unnecessary. There's so many back and forth scenes as like dun 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 dun. Dun. It's like okay, how long is it gonna take? But yeah, like unnecessary amount of shots, I guess, is what I put. Okay, so the relationship between like the father and the daughter and the doctor as I talk about because I don't remember his name, but like when they like jump from the ape and from the apes to like to the future, like the 2001, and it's like the doctor that's like on the Pan Am airliner, and he's like, I think it's like before he talks to like those group of people that are just sitting by, just chatting about. I think it's before he talks with them, but like he goes into like a room where he can like video call his daughter, who's on Earth, which looks nothing like what it actually did, which looks nothing like what it actually is, because like I said before, they filmed this a year before they people went into space. This film was released a year before people went into space, so like back then they had no idea what the Earth looked like. So like in the movie, it's just a giant blue planet. Barely any like you could barely see the land mass. It's just a giant blue planet. But now like when you go up like Google the Earth, you can actually see like the land mass, the continents, everything. So like it looks so like what it actually looks like is not what it looks like in the film. It was released a year before, and we actually got actual shots of the Earth. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. I didn't like the father. He just like whenever like when he was talking with his daughter, like the way he was interacting with his daughter, just like that is your daughter, man. The daughter looked like barely invested in the conversation. The daughter looked like she was barely invested in the conversation. But to me, I don't know. Like the impression I got is that is like he's barely there for his daughter. It's like, dude, it's your daughter's birthday. Be with her. Your your bosses can wait another a day or two before you go out and investigate what they want you to investigate the anomaly that they want you to. the anomaly being the monolith. It's like, dude, it's like data of the year over here. It's just, I don't know. Did not like him when he was talking to his daughter. It's annoying. He was an annoying man. I guess that's just all I can say about that. Is that it for that? What is for real, for real? I don't know what that comment is for. What I don't remember what YouTube video that commented on. Anyways, all right. The last point in like the things I disliked, which I should have said when I first started this category. Um, yeah. So like the two different like food things that they had like well they had like three different like types of food or like display like food like how they ate it in space in different ways. The first one, I didn't dislike this part because it was like sandwiches. Like they're in like the little spaceship going out towards the crater. Like him and like two other guys. They're like pulling out sandwiches and like nom, 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 as they're talking about the anomaly. But that I don't like. That I don't hate because those look actually good. But the food trays are just like when Dave Bowman and his co-pilot are just like they're scooping it as like blocks of food in like in a little tray. Like they just like scoop it out like ice cream, like scoop it with different like things around. It's just like it just did not look appetizing at all. I guess most space food doesn't, but it just does. It just did not look appetizing. It was just gross. It was like, dude, don't mix that up with other stuff. That's just gross. No, 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 no. And another thing that they did was like they had like a food trays like with sticks popping out or something like that. I don't know, maybe that was like the scooper, but it just did not look right at all. And then another one that they had the little straws sticking out of like these little boxes of like corn, carrots. I don't know. I think there was like meats as well, if I remember correctly. Corn, carrots, green beans. I would not want to drink out of those. That's just like it's just like a, it's like, ugh. It just no. I would not want to drink that. Cord, don't get stuck. It just looked so disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. I did not like it at all. Blech, blech. I would not want to eat that. I'm sorry, but I'm smuggling my own food. I'm smuggling my McDonald's, my Burger King, my candy, my energy drinks. I'm smuggling it. I don't care how, but I'm gonna manage that. I say that as if I'm going into space myself, which would be cool. Like I would love to go into space at least once in my life, but at the same time, keeping my feet firmly planted on the earth. Thank you very much. Heights, you can shoo away. No, thank you. I'm good. You have to knock me out before I look out a window of a spaceship and be like, oh. You know. And you also probably have to force feed me that food before I eat it, before I even voluntarily eat it. I don't know. Maybe it is good, like in the universe, like in the movie, like maybe it is good. But from me, from being the audience, it just did not look appetizing at all. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't eating that. I especially ain't slurping my food, my green beans, my carrots, my meat out of a straw. I'm good. I ain't slurping that out. Blech. And I certainly ain't gonna mix them together like an ice cream, like rainbow sherbet or Napolitan or however that's pronounced. Like I can never pronounce that one, like the strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. You know, that one, like, I keep saying that, like Napoleon or whatever. It's like, I can never get that one right. Thank you, dyslexia. You're an amazing friend. And that's about it for the disliked category. And on to my final one. 120, and I'm still going strong. I haven't got any notifications. Still going strong, so we'll see. To the final category, things I was not expecting. Most of the stuff I learned like through the special features, because it's like, huh. Most of it I learned in through the special features and not the actual film itself. I guess that like goes with like most like what I guess like that goes with like most of like the reviews I'm gonna be doing. It's like the things I was not expecting. Like whenever I probably add that into like the category into most of my reviews, my future reviews. I feel like I got a burp. Excuse me. There we go. Whenever I had that category in, I guess for now just assume that it's gonna be things I learned in like the special features, because that category is definitely in like the Pacific Rim Uprising videos. At least in the second video, in like episode 2. All right, first point. Something I definitely was not expecting when I first started watching the special features, like the first one, the first special feature point that they had. I was not expecting James Cameron, the director of the Avatar franchise, the first 2 Terminator films, The Abyss, and so on. Like, I was not expecting him to be the narrator of the first special feature. I did not expect to see him as the narrator. Not expecting at all. It's like, it's James Cameron. It's awesome. They got James Cameron to narrate it. That was wicked. I love that. That was like really cool. Like he's one of my favorite directors. Like he's one of my favorites. Oh, I think he. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he also like directed like True Lies as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But like he's an amazing director. I love him. He really cares about the story, the films, and such. Like he cares about it. All right. So the next one. So like when like the Pan Am airliner is like when they first pan up towards that, the camera pans up towards it, and it's like you jump to the inside of like the in like the seating area. As like the camera probably pulls out or something like that, if I remember correctly. You see like the stewardess reach out and grab a pen that is like floating in space. How they achieved that like surprised me. They achieved it by having like double by attaching it like they attached the pen to a sheet of glass using double-sided tape, which I guess had just been like newly invented at the time. Double-sided tape, and they just stuck it to the glass, and they had one guy rotating it like this in front of the camera, you know, to make it look like it's floating in space. And then like the stewardess goes reach out and pulls it off, and before putting it back in the doctor's breast pocket, you know. That was really cool to learn. Like that's how they achieved that. That was awesome. That was amazing. That was like that was really cool. because I did not think like maybe it was just like edited in the background. Like they edited it later on in production after everything was filmed, and they just put things together. Blah blah blah. You know. Next category. No, 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 next category. No, next point. We're entering the final 2 points of this one, so be ready. The monolith being a teaching machine. Something I did not even think, because when the apes first encounter the monolith, as like they're sleeping, like they're sleeping in the middle of the night, but then they wake up and they spot this giant rectangular prism just sitting in the middle of their den, just like it's just there, just and like the ominous music plays, you know. The apes go around and it's like they're just losing their minds over it. But then they eventually get curious enough to go in, and it's like, what? Go like, huh, huh. Eventually, they're all crowding around it as they're rubbing their hands all over it. Something I learned in the special features is like the monolith is like was like teaching them, like infecting their minds, teaching them how to survive. Which is like when that one ape, they gave a special name to it and that I've completely forgot about. Like when he learned to use like the bones of a dead animal as like a weapon to go in and like take over like the little pond that where the other apes were inhabiting. They go in and it's just like honk, and it's like I am the king of the pond now. Just like and then he's just like beating the heck out of the ape. He's just like bonk bonk bonk. Like, it's like bonking him, and then he's just like him and his I guess family. I don't know what they call them. They just take over the area. They take over their territory. Because before that, like before they encountered the monolith, when they first tried to confront the other apes, they were just like arguing at a distance from each other. It's like they're just arguing. It's like, all right, who's gonna throw the first punch? But the first punch wasn't thrown until this specific group of apes encountered the monolith. And that one ape just picked up the bone and went bonk. You know, I didn't realize that it was a learning machine, which is like should have clocked that. Should have clocked that in the first viewing. Brain refuses to properly work for me, so here we are, learning things late. And the final point of this video. One of the special features, the final special feature, like that they have like before like the trailer, that before they have like the trailer of the movie trailer, and the special features. But the final one before that is like an hour and 16 minute. Just it's just like an interview of like Stanley Kubrick. Like that's basically all it is. It's just like an audio recording of the interview. You know, brain, I need you to put words in my mouth. I need you to think before you put words in my mouth as well. Yeah. So Honestly, if it weren't for like the special feature, like if it weren't for this interview, I would have never learned that Stanley Kubrick was part of like a chess team, like a chess match, chess team or whatever. He didn't go to like any like special like the big league tournaments, but he was really good with chess. You know, it's just like the interview is basically of like his upbringing, like from when he was like a child to like basically when he starts filming the movie. Like basically, that's basically like it's just like an interview of him growing up and such. You know, like they're just asking him about his life. That's basically all it is. But it was really cool, like learning about Stanley Kubrick through his eyes, like that in that interview. It was really nice. I wasn't expecting to find a whole hour and 60-minute interview on special features, but hey, really cool. Happy to have it amongst my collection. And I am really happy to have this film added into my collection and have finally seen it because it is a great movie. I love it. An amazing film that was like ahead of its time. It's like an amazing, wondrous achievement in 1968. Excuse me. Like for the time that it was made, it's like it's really impressive. They pulled off so many things that you don't normally see back then. They pulled off so much. And it is incredible. I highly recommend watching it if you ever get the chance. I have it like in my Warner Bros. Category, my Warner Bros. Thing in my collection out there. I have it in Warner Bros. Because of like the little distribution thing here. Even though like the main company back then was like MGM, I guess like Warner Bros. Released the movies like this Blu-ray, whatever. So it's like, uh, because I have my collection organized by company, by like the main production company and whatever. I have it organized by that, and but then also like organized by the year of its release. And if it's in like the if it's like a multiple series where there's like multiple films in the series, it's like for example, I'm just gonna go with Mission Impossible, like the Mission Impossible film franchise with Tom Cruise. I love him by the way. I have it like basically like where like the final film is like when that like the final film was released. That's how I have it. So like I don't have it like where each individual film is just like scattered throughout like each individual film of the franchise is just scattered throughout the collection of the year like that specific film was released. No, I have it like where it's the final film. It's like I hope like this makes sense, but yeah, I was about to say something, but then I just forgot it. Dang it! You were just there. I just I have it like I have my thing organized by company and then like by the date of which the film was released or show, whatever. I love my collection. It's ever growing. Right now, I have over 500 like individual cases in my collection. It's like made up of both like Blu-ray, 4K, and just like the regular DVD format. Regular DVD. I love it. I'm really trying to remember what I was gonna say for like that, but right now I got nothing else, I guess. I guess I'll just say this, the whole ape sequence of the introduction was like really fun. It was really cool. This film was amazing and I love it. I guess that's just all I guess for now. That's just all I have to say about this. And I might as well just close off the video here. So if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed my hour and a half long rant, my hour and a half long review rant of it, like and subscribe for more. Like, subscribe, comment, for more content that'll take centuries to produce. And yeah, thank you for sticking with me and my boring reviews. Thank you for sticking with me. Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Don't know how that looks, but because my fingers were blocking the camera, so I couldn't really see much. Fingers blocking it, so I can't exactly see. But yeah. Oh, not the camera, but more of the screen, so it's like I can barely tell. It's like my thumbs are. Yeah, whatever. I'm losing it. I'm going off. But yeah, like and subscribe for more content too, and stick around for episode 3 of whenever I get to it. I was originally going to do this last weekend, but actually no, because I didn't watch the special features last weekend, so I couldn't. But anyways, yeah. So stick around for not 3, episode 5, because this is going to be episode 4, because I had to do Pacific Rim in 3 different episodes. So yeah. So stick around for episode 5, which I actually have like the next 2 films I'm gonna do review on. So like I have those set up, so I'm gonna probably watch those again, and I'm gonna watch like the special features again. I watched the special features of like the next one I'm gonna do. I watched it a while ago, but I'm probably gonna watch it again so I can like refresh my mind on stuff. But yeah, because I do have quite a few things to say about these next 2 films. They were controversial. But yeah. Have fun. Thank you for watching and sticking with me. And I hope you have a lovely year, you beautiful people. And yeah. Bye, besties. Love you all. And good luck. Stay safe and have fun.